The meteorite rule is this, and Eric Hansen, my operations manager who runs the show from New York City, Eric and I have been through a lot of stuff together. 9/11, famine, plagues, locusts. I mean, we've been through it all. And the joke is, when I'm away, if a meteorite hits the planet, I got to be ready to do the show. No vacation can keep me off the air. When there's a major event in the world, we got to be ready. I think the new standard will be if Fox News fires Tucker Carlson. Instead of a meteorite hitting the planet, the Mike Gallagher Show litmus test will be Mike is going to have to come off his vacation to work if Fox News fires Tucker Carlson. Because, wow, this is a meteorite in the media world. And certainly in the political world, as we're getting ready to embark upon the 2024 campaign, this is going to be a game changer on many levels. It's going to impact the political world. It's impacting the American people. Tucker Carlson was by far and away the most popular broadcaster on cable news by a million miles. No one came close to him. The left is ecstatic over Fox News firing Tucker. There's lots of reporting going on about what was behind it. Did it have something to do with the Dominion lawsuit, the Dominion smart voting systems lawsuit against Fox News, where Fox had to come up with about $787 million to make the lawsuit go away? A lot of people are speculating that perhaps Fox News entered into a sort of a gentleman's agreement with Dominion. We'll give you the money if you'll leave us alone, and we'll give you Tucker Carlson's head on a platter. Maybe that was part of it. A lot of reporting suggests that the text messages that emerged from Tucker's private phone, his private text messages, did him in, that Rupert Murdoch and Suzanne Scott, the woman who runs Fox News in New York, they were fed up with the way he sort of trash talked the bosses. But at the end of the day, millions of Americans are stunned that a guy who seemed to be pretty invincible would be unceremoniously canned the way he was. And clearly he didn't see it coming. Friday night, he signed off as usual, said, "I'll see you Monday." Monday morning came the big announcement that Tucker Carlson was fired. About an hour later, Don Lemon was out at CNN. Now, that to me is like a pimple on the fanny of a hippopotamus in terms of the two. They're not really equivalent. Don Lemon was demoted to a morning show over at CNN after he had a primetime perch in TV. And guess what? He was said to be fairly toxic in the workplace. A lot of headaches for CNN. He didn't go out quietly at all. He said that he was not even given the opportunity to say goodbye, and he wasn't told by the executives at CNN. CNN disputed that. So that's kind of an ugly, nasty mess. But the firing of Tucker Carlson is by far and away one of the biggest media bombshells we've seen in many, many years. Megyn Kelly was once a Fox News star. She now is on her own, kind of in the podcast space and doing independent work on her platform. I used to be a guest on her show a lot. I know Megyn fairly well. She wrote about me in her book. We had a very famous exchange when she teased me about my opinion of maternity leave after she came back from giving birth years ago to one of her kids. But Megyn she's a broadcast veteran as well. And on her podcast, she had a pretty epic reaction to Tucker's firing. And she played a clip from ABC TV's The View because, make no mistake about it, Tucker Carlson's enemies are delighted that he's been fired.
Let's talk about what the ladies on The View are saying. It's somewhat stomach-turning, but we have a clip. Let's watch.
The word has just come down that Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways. Wave.
Can I ask the audience if they'll help me do something? Come on, folks. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Hey, goodbye.
They're disgusting. She's Anna Navarro. In your wildest imagination, you could never solo host a show. You will only ever make it as part of an ensemble, and you could never hope to achieve the success that Tucker Carlson has. So you can sit in your little cheap seats all day long and enjoy your little negative henpecking, but your careers are going nowhere, and Tucker is about to dominate in whatever space he goes to.
I really believe Megan is right, that whatever Tucker chooses to do, he'll dominate in that space. So here we are in central London. Again, I was on vacation, but came into these great TV and radio studios at London Broadcast in central London by the Marble Arch, if you're familiar with the layout of London. And I'm delighted that you could join us on this special episode of the Mike Gallagher Show in the ReliefFactor.com mobile studios. 800-655-MIKE, 800-655-6453. Every time there's an epic story, I always turn to you for your voice, your call, your perspective. That's what we'll do. Lines are already jammed, but once we move on from one caller to the next, that's your cue to join us. Hey, 2 months after Chuck Schumer demanded that Rupert Murdoch fire Tucker, and just a few days after AOC demanded Fox News fire Tucker, Fox News Channel fired Tucker.